So this week has been a pretty, not real stressful, but a certain thought stuck in my head. You know, um, Bills got to get paid. Children have classes. Children have activities to pay for. We have vacation in a month or two. The wife need things. All these things about money and fearing. I also just bought an RV like a month ago, and I want to get that renovated. So all these feelings of I'm needing to make more money, I'm needing to do more. I feel like the walls are closing in on me, even though the walls kind of are not closing in on me. I'm actually doing fine. I'm actually blessed. My health is good. My kids are great. My wife is wonderful. I'm flourishing. Why am I still feeling like walls are caving in on me? And the thought hit me, and I'm still pondering on it. Where does this fear of failure come from in men? And me and my wife will go back and forth. Women or my wife tends not to understand, and they feel like we're just, I'm just over exaggerating, or I'm, thinking of something that doesn't exist, or I'm making a big deal about nothing, or I'm putting all this on myself, which I am. She is correct. But I think they kind of dismiss the feeling, not knowing this fear that men actually have, this fear of wanting to be the perfect husband, wanting to be the perfect father, wanting to be the provider, and truly understanding that it's not simply about providing. I work two jobs. I'm here right now on my second job. And, we a lot of times put too much emphasis on how much money we make, how much money we're bringing to the household, and letting that be the criteria for judging whether we are providing for the family. Now, again, my children are great. I have great relationships with all three of them, and they're doing great. Your children are a reflection of yourself. I enjoy my time I spend with them, and I do understand being a father is more than just providing. It's spending time with your kids, going outside with them, talking with them. I understand that being a good husband is more than just, putting food on the table, but actually talking to your wife, hearing your wife, being friends with your wife, being having great communications, providing her with safety, understanding her viewpoints, having this almost, I can't think of the exact word for it, but having this back and forth that's beneficial for us as a couple, us as a family. And I still have this fear, even though I call myself, I think I'm spiritual, and I read my Bible every day, and I pray every day, and I understand that God is looking after me. I understand that I have more than enough proof, more than enough past examples that God has got me to this point, and He's going to take care of things. But why do I still have this fear sometimes that, what if it's not enough? What if, this happens, the car breaks down? What if I'm renting, what if they kick us out of our home? What if the economy well, the economy fails, actually, I'll be happy, because I feel like if the economy fails, then everybody's up shit's creek. So the hell with trying to be in a rat race if it's over. So in a sense, I'll be scared that the world's ending and what we know is changing, but also might be relieved because, we don't have to like work a 9 to 5 and keep up with the Joneses. But all these fears still exist in my head, even when I try to, let go of them. So I ask myself, I'm asking you, if you're a man, if you're a woman, maybe you know too, where does this fear of failure come from? Where does this fear of not simply providing enough, not being, even when you have proof that you are providing, you still have this fear that, oh, I'm doing it, but what if I can't do it? And that's not healthy. It's not great to have these thoughts in your head. We shouldn't be totally always content with where we are. We should be striving to make money for our family, striving to bring in income, striving to, if your family doesn't have a place to stay and don't have food on the tables, by all means, hustle to provide for your family. Don't let your children grow hungry. But when our kids aren't hungry and we have actually a little extra to last us if I lose my job for a month or two or three, we have enough. With the proof that I said God has given me that I can make it to the next point with His help, with His strength. Where does this fear come from? Is it, and I'm thinking about this for myself. My father actually, I never thought about it until like in the last year or so. My father, who did have a great example of being of a father, him growing up, so he did what he did the best that he could do with what he was given. But he actually filed bankruptcy when I was like in the eighth grade, and filed bankruptcy, and actually our house went into foreclosure. We had to move, and I never thought that affected me. But thinking back, I wonder what if that actually, you know, put some seed in me of fear of not providing, fear of not being the breadwinner, fear of letting my family down. But I tell myself, you have proof, God is with you, and I'm healthy, have my health, have my strength. If I do lose my job, if something does happen, I can make some more money. It's not a big fucking deal. And I'm talking to you, talking to myself. Let's get rid of this fear we have as men of not being able to provide, and us allowing that to be our main criteria of our failure or our successes. Like I said, don't let your family go hungry. Don't not provide a roof over your house or your family's head. But also, once you've done that, don't repeatedly have these thoughts of fear in your head that prevents you from actually living in the moment, being thankful for what you presently have, being thankful for where you come from in the past, and not be so fearful of the future. I should call this the father's fear of failure and the future, because truly it's all about the future. It's all about us being fertile. I'm fine now. I was fine back, even though I wasn't fine back then. But what will happen if it's what will happen? It's not a big deal. So just exposing my thoughts, and maybe this motivation to you as well. If you're a father going through the same thing, if you're a wife or a spouse, significant other of a husband, man that has these same thoughts, yeah. So that's my thoughts. So guys, don't fear the future. Embrace the present. Be thankful. Be happy. Peace.